Yo, what's up? We're now sitting in the Neo EL8 exclusive, and I'm now heading north in Østerdalen towards Rena. Yeah, I'm going to swap at Alvdal. So yeah, but today I want to talk about a promotional video I made for Xpeng, or I know it's called Xpeng. Yeah, but yeah, Xpeng G6. Most of you guys probably didn't hear about it because it was a campaign run in Norway. So yeah, first maybe I should talk about my background with Xpeng or Xpeng. Well, I think I'll just call it Xpeng, you know. But I think the first video I made with them was well, I don't remember many years ago, 3 years ago maybe. It was the G3. You guys remember, right? It's some kind of crossover, way smaller car than the EL8 now. No, not yeah. That's Neo. I'm mixing Neo and but a lot smaller than the G6. Yeah, that's what I meant. And well, the G3 wasn't that great really. It had Chonamo plug, yeah, because I think it was easier for them to port GBT, which they use in China, over to Chonamo. I wonder if the protocols are more similar than CCS. What else is it? It was front wheel drive, kind of quirky in some ways. It had that alien camera on top if you went for that trim. But I mean, it was still one, like, back then, you know, there were very few Chinese cars in the market. I wonder if MG was out yet, but yeah, wait, I'm gonna change ND filter. I think I need ND16. Yeah, okay, but so wait, huh? Is that camper camping there? Really? It's like haverilomme. It's like an emergency pocket. Are they actually camping there? Okay. Wow, beautiful landscape, beautiful scenery, man. I have to comment that. We're on the end of September now, so winter is coming. But yeah, so the G3, I promoted it. This was when Xpeng was quite new in Norway. They're gonna establish in Norway, and Norway was the first country they would go for in Europe. And don't remember if there were any other Chinese brands other than MG getting ready for it over there back then. So, and then you know, now it's imported by Bjørn Xpeng nowadays. But before it was something called zero emission mobility, something, yeah. And they contacted me. I'm not sure how they found me, or I mean, it's easy to find me, but how they figure out that I was the one, you know, the chosen one. I guess maybe the Chinese, many Chinese people, they know my channel, and they probably wanted me, who's half. Biologically, I'm half Chinese, half Thai. But logically, I'm more like half Chinese, half Norwegian, half Thai, and half German. I know it's quarter, yeah. Well, I'm just trolling with you guys. But yeah, so they contacted me, and they asked me if I want to promote this new brand. And in the beginning, they didn't say what brand it was. Like, huh, okay. And then eventually I found out, okay, it's Xpeng, okay. But it was just. They wanted me to just borrow the car and then make my own reviews about it. That's what I did, you know. And also later they came out with the P7. It looked really awesome on paper, but it wasn't really that great of a car. My first quirk with it was that the headrest on the driver's seat was so freaking fat. They had speakers in there. It was so fat that it actually partly blocked the blind spot when you turn your head, you know, to the left, check your blind spot. Other cars, they also have speaker in the headrest like Audi Q6 e-tron, but the headrest is in normal size. So they actually made it smaller, normal size on the next gen P7. But also the P7 wasn't that great of a car. It charged at only 88 kilowatt. It was bragging about a low drag coefficient, but I think the drivetrain was somewhat inefficient. So the car was kind of thirsty when I did 1,000 kilometer challenge and also range test. But when it comes to, okay, I got to borrow a G3, yeah, back then with the Chinese software. It was, I think it was even Chinese spec. Yeah, I think it had the GBT port and the inverter gender on the Type 2. It's weird the way they use Type 2 in China. It's like you need a gay cable, or I'm not sure, a lesbian cable, or let's just call it the LGBT cable. A special cable so I can charge on AC, one phase only, yeah, on the G3. So I made some videos about it, some my regular reviews, banana box test, range test, whatever. I tried to figure out back then the Chinese software. It's like, wait, the trip meter, there's no trip meter, there's some kind of rolling average consumption and stuff, yeah, that was the story with the Xpeng and G3, and then eventually P7. And I don't fully understand what was happening with the P7, because I was able to borrow it quite early, actually a long time before other journalists got their hands on it. And actually I made some videos, some acceleration tests and some reviews, and I got lots of views. Not sure what's up with that. Maybe because back then there weren't that many Chinese brands out there, and then P7 was a bit different. It was a nice, sexy sports sedan, or at least a sedan, right? The video got over 100,000 views, I think, and I never asked them, but what was the whole deal? Was it did they hold back other journalists and only allow me to post the videos? Because it was great for me because I got lots of views and also made money on it, but they never paid me, They just gave me the exclusive rights early to review those two cars. And yeah, also during COVID time, I remember I was able to borrow, and then it was like a G3i, yeah, it was a slightly updated G3. And also I made some more videos about the G3. I remember they came to my home and delivered a car there, and they just put the key fob. There was COVID time, you had to be careful about spreading the virus and stuff, but they just managed to lend me the car, so I had something to do. And then also they asked me if I could make an instructional video in Norwegian, which I think I still have it in my channel. So it was just a video about how to use the G3, how to operate it, how you open the charge port, how you, this and that, whatever, right? They had some ideas what to include, but I think by the end of the day, I figured out what I wanted to include in the video, what I want to show, and so on. And but they also wanted me to send them the video, or at least upload it in a hidden form, and they wanted to watch it and review it, and they came with some feedback about they wanted me to delete that scene or whatever, right? So they were basically censoring me. Well, I was like, okay, whatever. I felt like it was a bit cumbersome, because normally when I just make a video, I make a video and that's it, done, DON. Where I think I need to hammer this fat e-tron. So let me just get in the custom mode. I want to do it here since we have nice stretch. Wow, this thing goes like a beast. Yeah, I measured 737 horsepower, at least on display here on the EL7, and it's supposed to do 0 to 100 in 4.1 seconds, but I actually measured 3.8 seconds. That's insanely fast for a 2.7 ton SUV, a proper SUV. Yeah, 6-seater, 3 seat rows. But yeah, so back to the story again. I'm sorry, I kind of zone out. This is the problem when I interrupt myself. Yeah, so yeah, about the instructional video. So So I made an instructional video. I posted it on my channel, and also there was something else. What was it again? I don't remember what it was. But okay, I posted a video, instructional video, and okay, it wasn't okay. Remember, guys, it was just like an educational video. It was not a review. I was just showing how the car works, right? The same way I would maybe make a video about how to, for example, how to install the Tesla app and use supercharger if you have a non-Tesla, something like that, you know? It's an instruction video, not a review. But then people who watched that instructional video, they were like, "Oh, Bjørn, I like your videos, but have you sold your soul to Xpeng? You know, I thought you were unbiased." I'm like, "Huh? What are you talking about? It is an instructional video. You know, it's not a review. Come on." But okay, I did not receive any money from Xpeng for that instructional video. It was more like I felt like, okay, I mean, you scratch my back, I scratch your back. They gave me early rights to test the P7 and the G3, so I can just stretch extra, you know. And as long as I do them good, then I feel like I can ask them a favor next time. So that was just how it went, right? And also there was something about I don't remember the story, but I think they wanted to make some video. They wanted to make some kind of promotional video, something, and they wanted me as an actor. I don't remember what the deal was. So I went and with a small film crew, something. No, I remember. Okay. Fully Charged wanted kind of me to review it or something, or I don't know, remember. It was a long time ago. So Xpeng found a small film crew, just a couple of guys with a microphone and a camera, right? And film some shots, some B-rolls, and you know, they want to make it nice with some B-rolls, some music, and then it was like a short video with me driving the G3, or was it G3i? I don't remember. But again, I was not paid for this, and I just felt like I did them a small favor. But then that video was posted on, or I think the parts of that was posted on Fully Charged, along with some other clips that they also made themselves, Fully Charged. But that was marked as a promotional video, and I don't know, but I actually assume, from my understanding, Fully Charged did receive money. Correct me if I'm wrong. For that video, you know, I think if you watch the video, it will actually say in YouTube that this is a promotional video, which means that they receive money for it. But then I was a part of it. Maybe I wasn't being clear, or I wasn't aware that I was going to be on Fully Charged video channel. But also, if I knew that, maybe I should have asked for money. But that's not usually how I roll, because I think that was it a promotional video in that Fully Charged video, or was it more like a review? But I wouldn't consider it a review if Xpeng censors things there, right? And yeah. But also what I was kind of not happy about, it was that they did not credit me and say that, you know, this is Teslabjorn or Bjørn Nyland and my YouTube channel. I think eventually they did that afterwards. So I felt like, okay, I was helping Xpeng, and then suddenly I ended up in a Fully Charged video. And then, okay, people also watch the Fully Charged video, and they're like, "Hey, Bjørn, huh? Oh, are you selling your soul to the devil now?" Or, you know, I'm like, "Huh? No. What? Huh?" Yeah. Okay. So that was the story a couple of years ago, and then came the G6 eventually. And also this happened, I think it was in August sometime, that Xpeng in Norway approached me, contacted me and asked me if I was interested in making a promotional video. This time it was quite clear it was a promotional video, and I was getting, you know, better in the game, and I started asking questions about what is this all about. Okay, they will hire actually Schibsted, which is a big media group or something, and they also own VG, and they want to have actually an advertisement campaign run on VGTV. Like it is a video platform on VG. VG is traditionally a paper newspaper. Yeah, but I mean, who uses paper newspaper nowadays? Well, it's not environmentally friendly. You can just use internet instead. I think there's more internet, but do they still sell newspaper? Who would read that anyway? It should EU. They are so good at banning stuff, right? They ban light bulbs, the conventional light bulbs, so you can only use LED. They should ban the newspaper or most like written paper. I don't know. Okay, but anyway, so that was the whole thing. Okay, so I was like, okay, so I will appear on VGTV, and this was a clear advertisement, as if I would advertise for Red Bull or something. Red Bull gives you wings, yeah, okay, fair and square. So I was like, yeah, I never done this before. Well, I kind of done something similar, which is Tibber. I also made a promotional video with Tibber, but that was different. They just had some ideas about what to make. They wanted to promote grid reward, and then I said, yeah, okay, I'll make some videos about grid reward. We agreed on some stuff. I charge only 1,000 NOK per hour before VAT. That's roughly 80 euros per hour. Maybe it's a bit low, but okay, well, I'm not sure how high my price should be. But the difference was Tibber, at least they just say, okay, they provide me with lots of information. I had a long list of questions I sent to them about how it worked, and then they came back to me with questions. With answers. And then I shot the video. I edited the video myself and posted my own channel, but I marked it as promotional video. But when it comes to the Xpeng G6 video, they all had a film crew which consists of two, well, I'm not sure if they were teenagers, but I could be their father. Two guys, a sound man, which was also a combined hybrid cameraman, but a main cameraman. They just go for some mirrorless cameras of some sort, and some kind of mount, whatever, like a monitor. It's not like they didn't run around with a red camera. It was more like those mirrorless cameras. I don't remember. It was something in the lines of a Sony A7 or something, right? Like that. And the microphone and the wireless mic was on me. And we found a date, and they also requested from Xpeng a car. Yeah, so it wasn't Xpeng directly. They just outsourced it to Schibsted, and Schibsted, they have film crew and stuff, right, and editors. And then so it was. I think it didn't go directly to Xpeng from me. I was communicating with Schibsted, very much, and then the Schibsted requested from Xpeng to have a gray car. They did not want a white car. But we chose a weekend, a day, 2 days when we had nice weather, actually sunny. So something about that, they don't want white car because it might be overexposed, but gray car will look better. So that's why you guys saw that I had a gray car I reviewed. The 1,000 kilometer challenge was done in a gray car. And then also I was like, okay, and then they asked me, what is, name your price? I'm like, I don't know. Okay, I don't have to do the editing. Well, that's fine. So maybe I'll just charge 1,000 NOK per hour plus VAT. Again, not around 80 euros per hour, 85 I think it is. So yeah, and they agreed, and I tried to estimate roughly how much time it will take, maybe 10-15 hours, right, with all the planning, all the conversation, and then the shooting. But that was it. After all the shots were done, then they had to do the editing and publishing and so on. So I felt like that was quite a comfortable way of working, and I also was curious about how that stuff works. But on hindsight, I think it wasn't that chill as if I would shoot it myself. Because, okay, so when we were still agreeing on some price and stuff, we also tried to negotiate which date and try to look at the weather forecast, and I had to also look at my calendar and see when I had time for this. And yeah, we found a Saturday and Sunday, and also they had some ideas that they want to use the Teslabjorn brand, the Bjørn Nyland name, and do some whatever I tend to do. Okay, but they have limited time because the edited video will be short, just a couple of minutes. It ended up being 3 minutes, so I cannot simply do a 1,000 kilometer challenge. But at least they wanted to include the banana box test, which I was known for, and also some range tests. I was like, okay, yeah, we can do that. But I said, okay, so maybe if you guys come to my house in the morning with a car, we can do the banana box test first, and then we head out to Dal and do the range test. And they say, well, they had some other ideas. They want to do the banana box test at Dal, at Ioniq Dal, while they were charging, because they wanted to show to the audience or the potential buyers how fast the car charges. But I suggested that, well, can't we just have a hot dog? Because that's more common, right? You charge and you go to Circle K, have a hot dog, and then you come back and you're like, wow, we are now at 80%. What the heck, No, they wanted to have the banana box test done there. I was like, okay, well, you guys are the customer, and the customer is always right, so I just obey them, of course. So you see, already now they are they were dictating and kind of censoring and dictating what I'm supposed to do, right? But I mean, remember that this is just a commercial. If I would promote Red Bull, it's not like I'm gonna run my own show. I will of course obey what Red Bull asked me to do, what suggest what I should say, but then they're gonna pay me, of course. So they came to my home that day with well, it was actually an Opel Astra Fossil, yeah, the new Opel Astra. And wait, let me check here. I need to switch over to custom mode. Yeah, I'm gonna unlock all the available power. I'm gonna hammer this Mini Countryman soon. But yeah, two guys, the film crew. And we were just like, okay, we had to bring the banana boxes with us. Kind of inconvenient. We had to pack banana boxes in the Xpeng, and also in the other car, because on the way there we will also film in the car, and some of the banana boxes would be visible, right? So that's why we had to pack some boxes in the other car, the Astra. It was Astra, yeah. It wasn't that spacious, actually, yeah. So we had put something there, and I actually had to pack the banana boxes myself, or redo it, because they didn't pack it good enough. Let the ninja do it. And then we headed out, and I was more like, just being an actor, right? How was this again? Michael Lawrence Rock, I'm not an actor, I'm not a star, and I don't even own my own car, which is true. I don't own my own car. I only borrow a car from Elbilmek, the Soul. Yeah, thank you so much, Valdemar, for lending me the Elbilmek Soul. So they suggested that, okay, can you at least maybe say something about how quiet the car is? Oh yeah, I mean, that's true, okay? So yeah, the car is quiet. It's a nice ride, it's comfortable. And then when it comes to sound system, they suggested, I was like, okay, let me listen to the sound system. I wanted to listen to it, but they were not that interested in my personal opinion. It was more like, okay, just say that the sound system is great. Okay, that they didn't say, but something like that, I was like, oh, okay, no, they said that, okay, and then while we are driving, we can just listen to the great sound system. I think something like that, right? And I think that's how it ended up being. So instead of me saying that, wow, this sound system sounds, this stereo sounds wonderful. It has deep bass, and they didn't want me to say that. It was way too long. They had to condense everything to 3 minutes. So I wasn't even able to listen to the stereo properly to get an impression of how good or bad it was. But also I came with some ideas eventually when we did the range test, and when I did the turnaround, there was some semi-bumpy asphalt, and I was like, oh, I felt like it floats nice over the bumps, which is true. But I found out slightly afterward that maybe it's a bit boat, yeah, compared to some other cars, compared to some of the German cars. But I mean, it's still comfortable, you know, the G6. And also when we did the range test, again, like the car is a Chinese car. It doesn't have proper trip meter. Well, it has a trip meter you can reset by leaving the car, locking it down, and then unlocking it. And Xpeng told me how that stuff works, how to reset it, you know. And I said, okay, I follow the Xpeng's instructions. Well, they didn't even know, at least the Norwegian, they didn't know about the bug that if you leave the car, lock it down, and then unlock it right away. Oh, look at this solar panel farm. Wow. It seems to be 45-degree angle. That is quite rare to find solar panels so far north. Okay, but man, I'm zoning out every time I say. But what was it again? So the bug with the G6 is that if you do that too quickly, it appears to have reset the trip, consumption, whatever. It resets the distance and the time, but it doesn't reset the consumption. You have to actually lock it down and wait maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes, and then come back, and then it will reset properly. So when I did the range test with the film crew making the promotional video, they wanted me to figure out, or you know, kind of do my own thing and figure out the range, which I did, right? But it was actually incorrect. Don't remember. I think I did the 120 test first and the 90 test afterward, or the other way around. But yeah, I think the 90 test was not reset correctly. So I ended up with the incorrect numbers, and then in the promotional video I actually claimed the incorrect number, and actually I claimed too low range. The consumption was lower than that. Yeah, the way it worked was that we drove from Jessheim and a little bit around here and there, and then we kind of semi-hammered it on the motorway over to Dal, and then the consumption was a bit higher, and then it didn't reset properly, right? So then the consumption was higher than it was supposed to be. So I found out this afterwards when I borrowed that orange car, and I even called Schibsted back to tell them this, but she never called me back. I mean, she must have seen that I had a missed call. So I was hoping that they haven't published anything yet. This was in the late August, right? They were supposed to start with this campaign in the beginning of September. But she never called me back, and I was just busy, and I forgot about following up, and they started the campaign. So they had incorrect numbers. So ideally, I should have borrowed the car and done a full review. So a little bit back and forth there, but also the deal was that, okay, so I would charge 1,000 NOK only. We ended up spending only 12 hours total in just the planning, the phone calls, whatever, and also the shooting. I think that the video shooting took around 8 to 10 hours. I don't remember. It was mainly on the Saturday, but then also on Sunday they shot some B-rolls and some other stuff. Yeah, and on Saturday after the range test, we did the banana box test at Ioniq. It's kind of weird, but yeah. So they instructed that they wanted to first do the banana box test, and then they did the charging test. They didn't, but then they edited as if we did it simultaneously, right? Which is probably a good call, because if I screw up something, then suddenly the charging just keeps going past 80%, and then we wouldn't catch it in time, because the cameras were mounted towards me. They shot a time lapse thing. So, but you know, that's they are the editor, the whatever, right? I'm just the actor. So. So yeah, that was the price. So basically I made roughly 1,000 euro on that job. And in the planning zone, before we even went for the shooting and all the thing, I just remember like, oh shit, maybe I should have asked my partner. Yeah, who bought a stake, a part in my company. And yeah, I mean, he didn't make a big deal out of this, but he said, well, that price is way too low. He said, should I charge at least 2-3 times more? The Teslabjorn name, or the Bjørn Nyland brand, is a quite strong brand. Long, well, I would say heritage, but 10 years at least, more actually. I was like, well, it's kind of late now. We at least agreed on it verbally. But maybe at least if Xpeng can provide me a car early, then I'll be happy, So that's what happened. I managed to borrow the car for a couple of extra days after the shooting, so I could make my own videos. And that was the gray car I did 1,000 kilometer challenge with. But eventually I had to return it, and I think I didn't have that much time left. So that was it. And then I got the orange car later. And that's why you saw some other tests with the orange car. But there were actually around 3 weeks between those two cars. But even the orange car, I got it really early. Also another thing is that I was the one who came up with this. I asked them, well, do you guys have any embargo? Because it would be weird, right, if I borrow that gray car and I start posting videos on my channel, and then suddenly this campaign comes out, this advertisement campaign, where I act surprised as if I never tried the car before, right? So they agree that, okay, we can wait, but they were never then that clear. They never told me, yeah, wait until the 1st of September or 3rd of September before you post any video. They didn't. So I was always kind of wondering when am I supposed to post the videos? Eventually in the beginning of September they said, okay, just wait a couple of days and then you can post. Okay, all right. You flere kokker jo mer søl, the more chefs, the more mess or something. Yeah, just a saying. Yeah, and that's why I had to hold back on videos, on Xpeng videos, just to honor honor the embargo and the business they are trying to run. But yeah, I have to say though, in hindsight, that I never tried it before, that way of working, but I'm not a fan of it. Nothing wrong with Xpeng. I mean, they just do what the rest of the industry does anyway, but just you are supposed to just sit in the car and they come up with ideas about what to say. I mean, I kind of knew it, it's obvious, right? That's how it works. They don't have time for me to just have a long speech about what is good and what is bad about the car. Yeah, I forgot to mention that in the range test, I noticed when I used X-Pilot that it slowed down in the curves. But I would mention that, X-Pilot is doing a good job of staying in the lane, but it will slow down in the curves. They were like, oh no, we cannot say anything negative about the car. I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. It's an advertisement. If you watch an advertisement of something, a soap or a drink, you never hear anything bad about it. You just hear the good things about it. So, yeah, that's just how it works. So, but like I mentioned earlier, it was completely different when I had the video with Tibber, because Tibber, we just agreed that, okay, we make 2 videos. First we made a video about me introducing Tibber grid rewards, and then I make another video after a couple of months after I've used it. How was it, the experience with it? I actually made a 3rd video without getting paid for it because I was so hooked up on the grid reward. Yeah, but I mean, the Tibber video was win-win for me, because if someone tipped me about grid reward, I would probably have made a video about grid reward anyway, and then I would of course ask Tibber some questions and they would provide me the answers, right? So it's basically, I would have promoted Tibber for free, but they gave me money, it's win-win, take it. But in the case with Xpeng, well, they didn't. It was a different setup. I shoot the video for them. I'm just an actor, and then that's it. But at least they didn't tell me afterwards that okay, after you borrow the Xpeng or whatever, you know, you have to only say this or that. They never censor me on anything after that. As you guys saw in the video, you know, some people get the wrong idea. I think I hate Chinese cars or something, but I'm just being honest about the good things about the G6, but also the bad things about the G6, right? Mainly the software and some of the other quirks. But I mean, overall, the G6 is a good car. And I'm quite impressed with how fast it charges and how comfortable it is and quiet it is. And also how much space it had. I was actually blown away. I brought 25 banana boxes and I suddenly had to split some boxes because it fit 27. So, but there were some people who watched my campaign video, right? And they got the wrong idea. It was posted in some i4 group or something, you know, BMW i4. And there was some Norwegian. He's like, oh, I used to like his videos, but he has sold himself now. But I mean, how ignorant are you if you can't understand that is a pure advertisement? There is nothing you can squeeze within 3 minutes. And especially because after that video, I made lots of videos in my own channel saying it straight from the liver. Well, that's what I say. That's from the liver. I'm being very honest about what I think about the car, right? So, I mean, people who watch the advertisement, you just have to understand what that is. It is an advertisement. And why are people driving so slow here? I don't know what's going on, but all I know is that this car kicks ass for the Lord. Well, actually, not the Lord, the Emperor, yeah, or the dictator, or whatever they have in China. But I mean, in the future, yeah, what should I do? And I also have to ask you guys, the price. What do you guys think? Huh? Around 80 euros per hour for the price. It is actually way too low, right? Even if I got to borrow the car, Xpeng for free afterwards, it is way too low. I think I realize it now. I should at least charge more, or actually some people said that you just take a package price, you know, like just name it, like 30,000 NOK or something, you know, like 3,000 euros for the whole package. That's for the brand and for the time. Right, so I'm like, okay, well, I think that's what I should do in the future if I would do something like that. But the problem is that it's not going to happen anymore. Again, no offense to Xpeng, but it's just that I don't prefer working like that. So when it comes to any promotional videos in the future, at least for now, I have pretty much made up my mind that I don't want to make any promotional video in that regard. But also don't, like, especially that kind of setup where they film me and then they can choose exactly what clips they want to use and edit the way they want it, right? I don't want anyone to lecture me about anything when it comes to a review, but like I mentioned earlier, the instructional video, okay, I can totally understand they want to control slightly what that instructional video is going to be about. But in hindsight, if I want to make an instructional video, especially if they come to me and ask me next time, whatever brand it is, I will charge them money. Because, yeah, if there's nothing I was planning on doing anyway, then I'm going to charge them money. But I will just stick with the facts in the instructional video. But when it comes to the advertisement in the future, well, I think the problem is that if I made an advertisement for Red Bull, then nobody would care. But since I made an advertisement for a car, then that becomes a problem. It's like conflicting interest here. Yeah. But when it comes to Tibber, you know, that was different. No problemo. So, you know, in the future, if let's say Volkswagen, as an example, if Volkswagen comes to me and say, "Hey, Bjørn, you want to try this brand spanking new ID, whatever, 8 or something, right? we're gonna give you money. You can get early access, exclusive access to the car. You just do your thing, and we will not censor anything. I'll be like, yeah, hell yeah, thank you very much, danke schön, I'll take the money, give me the car, danke schön. Pay for my expenses, please, if there are any, and then I'll do my thing. Yeah. Yeah, another thing, when it comes to the Teslabjorn brand, there's also something about that they don't want to, for me to talk about other brands. I think it's something about when you have an advertisement, you normally don't want to shit on other brands or your competitors. So when I mention something else, like I was like, oh yeah, how is the Xpeng versus Tesla? They'd be like, no, we shouldn't mention Tesla or any brand. Okay, all right. Also, I think they ended up using Bjørn Nyland and not Teslabjorn, because Tesla is, Tesla, and people might get the wrong idea. Yeah. But yeah, if I would, like in a different scenario, if I would get money for promoting something I would have done anyway, right? Then why not? But then we have to be quite clear beforehand that they will not censor anything, and also this will be posted in my channel. I will do the editing. I make the call. I'm the editor, and of course they just have to trust me. Okay, if there's obvious like lies, then they can sue me. But as long as I don't lie about things, and of course if there's misinformation, if there is something I didn't know beforehand, okay, I should try to get as much information as possible before I make the shot. Or we can even edit out something if I say something fatally wrong. But as long as the information there is fair and square, correct. If there is a bug and I talk about the bug, I complain about the bug, they should not bitch about it, right? The bug shouldn't have been there in the first place, or a bad feature, or a weird, something weird. That's the way I prefer it, at least. So, but then on the other hand, do they need to do this? Like for example, Volkswagen, do they need to pay me? No, they don't. They just lend me the car for free. That's how it works with press cars. Is that the press, you just borrow a car for free, which is good, because otherwise journalists and influencers, they have to rent cars or try to borrow cars. That's what I did in the early days when I didn't have connection with all the importers. I would borrow cars from fans, followers, and yeah, but we borrow the car for free. We use the car usually for a week, the press cars, and then we review it and give our honest opinions about it. At least that's how it's supposed to work. But I know some channels out there, some YouTube channels, it's not clear how it is. So sometimes I'm wondering, when I watch some so-called review on another YouTube channel, they only say good things about the car. I think it was a Zoe. I watched a Zoe being reviewed in nice and sunny Spain, right? And it's like, oh, the new Zoe is great, it's awesome, good range and so on. Like, wait, the interior is kind of shitty and basic in the Zoe. Plus that Zoe didn't support DC fast charging. Huh? The reviewer never mentioned that. So I was like, huh? Is that a paid review? But it is in the main channel, and it is not marked as if this is a promotional video or something, an advertisement. It seems like it appears to be a review. So that's like the sneaky part, right? And maybe that's why my viewers are confused or maybe unhappy, because it's like they thought that, I sold myself and I'm biased now. I'm not neutral anymore. Huh? No, you have to understand the difference. It is a quite distinct difference between those. So yeah, so that's just how it is in the future. Okay, it will happen. It has actually happened many times in the past that brands approached me and wanted to make some videos about something, or and I can tell you, what did I ever say which brand it was back then? When I mentioned that big budget of 170,000 NOK, like around 15,000 euro budget that one brand had. Okay, that can never be dedicated for me only, but it was actually Hyundai, yeah. But Hyundai approached me and wanted me to join them in some kind of video. Yeah, they had a film crew. They were gonna do something about winter driving experience with, I think, several actors or several influencers or whatever you should call them. And yeah, but then I was just being a bit skeptic to it. And then when I actually came back and wanted to try it out, they said, oh, it's too late. They found someone else instead. Yeah, but I'm not sure how that would be, but most likely that was, that would not be in my channel. They will of course have their film crew and post it on their own channels. So it would probably be something similar to Xpeng then, when I think about it in hindsight, because also they have an idea, they have a theme, right? Okay, winter driving. So then they want me to probably say something about, oh, this Ioniq 5 or whatever is wonderful. It can handle the winter just great, you know. But I would say, well, but it's still a fat and thirsty car, right? But they would say, no, don't say that, you know. Otherwise you won't get paid, you know. You know, you get the idea, right? So ideally, I just need car companies to come to me and pay me money to make something I would make anyway, like Tibber. Or at least Tibber, if Tibber didn't approach me back then, I would probably not know what grid reward was. Or maybe I would just see it somewhere else, like I tend to do. Like, I'm not very good at picking up news myself, but I see it afterwards, that someone else or a news page or something post about something. I was like, oh, cool, and then I go check it out myself. Yeah, for example, I can mention that you know, the one video that got lots of views was that auto dimming street light. It's a stretch near well, from somewhere between Oslo and Hønefoss. We have street light with some sensors. What kind of sensor? Motion sensor, is it? Infrared sensor or something, right? And at night, the street light, they will actually turn the intensity down, dim down. But then once it detects cars coming, it will then light up to full brightness temporarily until you pass again. And actually, I think I like the idea. I was like, wow, and I read it on a page somewhere. And actually, I think I even heard about it. Kempower back in the days. There was a web page I read about it, or it came up on my feed. It's like Kempower. Here's the new Kempower charger. This was many years ago. I was like, huh? Ooh, I like it. But then I went out myself and I made a video without anyone paying me about Kempower, and you guys know the rest of the story. So yeah, I mean, this is how showbiz works, right? But yeah, in the future I might take jobs like that. It depends, but yeah, like in the past, what kind of things can I do? I have been invited to some events, like when I went to Teslabjorn many years ago. It was in where is it again? Amsterdam? No, it was in I don't remember. Teslabjorn. I wonder if it was in Netherlands or Belgium. But they, of course, they have a budget, big budget, right? And they have a ticket price and entry fee and whatever. So they could pay flight ticket for me and wifey. This was many years ago when we didn't have any kids, and they paid for the hotel, but that was it. They never paid me for the performance, and I was on stage talking about my Tesla history or something. I don't remember. And also I was the one who had to make my own speech. They just had some ideas what they wanted me to talk about, right? And what is the gain for them? Well, they can then, in the program, they can then promote that, oh, Teslabjorn is coming, he's going to be on stage and have a talk, right? So then people are interested and they join, and then that's, yeah. But at least I heard that those things I should actually charge money, especially now that I have a strong brand. And yeah, if I want to go on some event like that, some people claim that I could charge as much as 50,000 NOK for being on stage. It depends how big it is, of course. I know I'm not Taylor Swift. Yeah, I know. I'm just Bjørn Swift. But also supposedly, if someone asked me for an interview, like actually Romerike Blad did, they asked me, that's a newspaper, right? They asked me to interview me about the pool and the house and whatever it was. And also they had a follow-up interview where they actually did like a bio, like the background of how Teslabjorn started the YouTube channel and ended up in Jessheim, you know, being a rich bastard. But well, I'm not a rich bastard, I'm just a bastard. But yeah, when journalist or something interviews me, of course I'm not going to charge them money. That's not that's not common to do anyway, so I wouldn't do any weird shit. But also when I was invited to make a podcast, then also supposedly you're not supposed to charge money. So that's what I mean. You can almost count it as being interviewed by a newspaper, right? So then I didn't charge money for the podcast. There was a podcast from, I don't remember. Teknisk Ukeblad, I think. Maybe if you Google it, you can find it, or maybe I can find it and link it for you. So I kind of need to know my price, right? Okay, press cars you borrow it for free. Press events, okay, you go there for free. They don't pay you, but they pay for the expenses, the hotel and whatever. But they never lecture you. I mean, don't lecture. They never in press events. They never censor you. You make your own content. They never review the content before you publish it. So it's like a gentleman's agreement how you do it there. But of course, I heard some YouTubers have been banned from events because the car manufacturers supposedly didn't like the way that guy reviewed the car, or he was not being honest. He was dishonest. He was lying about things or something. I don't know, or being one-sided, maybe only talking about the negative things without saying the positive things. I don't know, but I mean, as of now, yeah, some people might joke about this, like, oh, Bjørn, you're gonna be you didn't get the Polestar yet because they don't want you to review it, or you didn't get this car yet because they are afraid you will say bad things about it. No, that's not how it works. Usually, the car manufacturers, they are just slow getting the cars ready. And I'm still trying to nail down a time and date with Polestar 4. No, wait, was it 3 or 4 I'm supposed to get to borrow soon? Yeah, I'll see. I have to check my email eventually. But yeah, so for me, I heard it from other people that they claim that I'm one of the most honest reviewers out there, who will just say things straight how it is, even if it's Tesla. Maybe I'm Tesla biased because Elon Musk gave me a free car. Well, that's not the total story. There was a referral program, but still, yeah. Even if there is a referral program, I still say bad things about Tesla and also good things. I think that's important because you want to be honest. Because if you lie about things, people, when they buy the car, they will find out, and they will then find out, oh, Bjørn, he was just bullshitting about this or that, right? So as long as you're honest about things and also being balanced and try to find out what is good or bad about whatever car, then that's it, Car manufacturers, they shouldn't be able to complain about anything. Wow, the landscape here is wonderful. However, when I mention this, I should maybe point out that there are some obvious bad cars out there. For example, the Maxus Ioniq 6 I tried was not good at all. Also, in general, I don't think the Zoe is a very good car. I would take Leaf any day over Zoe, right? Especially in Norway, where you have many other options. And also, what was it again? Yeah. The Lexus UX 300e, the first gen, was really bad. The second gen is also kind of bad. I need to test it one day, man. But Chadmo, it was noisy, it was not great, it was charging slow also, and also it was quite thirsty, and the trip meter was weird. I was getting inconsistent numbers there, but overall the Lexus was not a good car, and back then it cost 400,000 NOK. Like, they price it higher than an ID3 even, right, or a Model 3 long range, or at least Model 3 SR Plus, you know. So high price for the Lexus and bad car, and I was not impressed. So maybe Toyota was a bit reluctant to lend me cars because they were afraid that I would talk bad about the Toyota BZ4X. But I mean, BZ4X is overall, I mean, it's not a bad car. Okay, they have the punishment point, but you know, they are not the only one. BMW also has it. But overall, I mean, there are some good things about the Toyota, and actually the auto parking is industry leading. It is insanely good. It is the best ever tested. You know, we just have to be honest about things, about what is good and what is bad about the Toyota. But okay, there are a couple of things I didn't like about the Toyotas. I was being honest about it, and then I think at least now Toyota, they feel more confident lending me cars. But I can understand that I have become like a Gordon Ramsay here. That if you don't make a good car, or you have bad software and whatever, I'm gonna call them an idiot sandwich. No, I don't, but you know, yeah, that's just how it is. And I wanted to share you guys this story. It's a long video, but it's also a nice chill time. You can enjoy the wonderful landscape now. This time of the year, it's just so many colors here. It will turn into grayscale soon. But I wanted to share you guys my experience with how it was to make a promotional video with whatever car brand it is, and then what I will do in the future. Yeah, so we'll see then. I mean, I will most likely accept money, but it depends, you know. And we need to write a contract, because with the Xpeng we never wrote a contract. But now with my partner, we also have a lawyer with us. So then we should make a contract and sign it and so on, so it's quite clear what we're gonna do, so that in the future we cannot go back and say no, we didn't do what we agreed to do, and so on. But also, it's also good because now I have more experience about this, so I will know what I want and what I don't want in the future. So yeah, I cannot end the video now. You know why? Because we're gonna pass the Silver Moose soon, so I just have to keep talking a little bit more before we end the video. But yeah, again, I just wonder, I did charge way too low money, right? But I don't want to think too high about myself when it comes to my brand and whatever, right? I'm just a small YouTuber. I don't even have 1 million subscribers. I'm slowly growing, 300k subscribers, right? So I'm just doing my best, but ideally I just want cars early. Like, that's what I can make money on. Yeah, another thing I should point out is that when it comes to that video, that promotional video I made, okay, I made 12,000 NOK, right, 1,000 euros before tax. Yeah, after tax it's even less than that, but that's it. That's what I made, the money. And in the following years I will not make any more money on that job. But the other videos I made in the past, like the Model X crushing carrots and sausages, or that Xpeng video, even that Xpeng P7 video I made many years ago, I'm still making money on that video because I'm slightly getting some views on it. And then when it comes to the promotional video, who is going to make money in the following time now and years? Well, Xpeng, at least as long as the campaign is running. So you see, what I need is actually to get access to cars instead of getting paid for something. It depends, you know, what it is. But if it's a hyped up a car that many people are interested in, and I get early access to it, I can try a prototype, for example. Like when Volkswagen invited me over to Berlin to test drive the ID.7 back then. The whole story was that they invited me to some event. I don't remember where it was. It was in another country. I don't remember if it was in UK or Spain or somewhere, or France, whatever, right? And then I said, no, sorry, I cannot go there. I think it was overnight, 2 days or something. This was when did I have family then? I think I had maybe Isabel, or wifey was pregnant. So I felt like I didn't want to travel too much far from home. But then eventually, I think maybe eventually one of the babies, or maybe Isabel, was born, and then suddenly I had some time, and there were some family members who could help take care of things, so I could suddenly travel. But then the event, the test drive event with the ID.7 was over, but Volkswagen actually, they saw the value of my channel. They know that they can actually make money by me promoting the product for free. You can imagine how many ID.4 have I sold for Volkswagen and ID.3 over the years now, huh? Think about it, right? I promoted them for free because I just got the cars and I make videos, and lots of people, they watch the channel and they, oh yeah, Tesla, they are slightly better because they can actually give me some referral stuff. But as for the rest of the car industry, I never receive any kickback. I actually receive kickback on the sexy buttons, that I promote, and I love the sexy button. So yeah, sorry, back and forth here. I'm trying to remember what the heck I'm supposed to say. But yeah, so Volkswagen actually invited me over. They flew me over to Berlin, and they also had to pay for a dude to drive the Volkswagen ID.7 from the factory over to Berlin to meet me there. And then I did my test drive with the cover-up dashboard and whatever. You guys know the story, right? I hammered at 180 kilometers per hour. I was like, ooh, and I got lots of views on it. So, that stuff is what I need. Or when the ID.4 was just shown statically, not even test drive, in Frischauer and in Oslo, I was invited over there. And then it was funny because Harald Ebersen Eibach, he was the country manager or the director of Volkswagen back then. He was super happy. He's a super nice guy. If you're watching, thumbs up to you, man. I want to give you a hug next time. Well, no homo, but there finally he hammers. That BMW was just camping behind me for the longest time, and then he had the courage to hammer me. It took him 10 seconds. That ID.4 video, for some reason, got lots of views, over 100,000 views, something, and it didn't cost me that much time. I just went over there, short drive, half an hour, not even 15-minute drive from my home back then at Alnabru, and then boom, lots of views, and I'm still making money on that and on the Arctic Circle videos and so on. So that's just how it is, right? In a way, you can say that I think that's how it works with royalties. That the royalties, you will be receiving money till the end of time, as long as someone is using your content. And the same goes for videos that I have in my own channel. But when it comes to those jobs I do, then it's just a one-time job, and then that's it. And then I just have to keep making more and more jobs like that. So if I had a choice, I will of course make videos and get early access to cars instead. Yeah. But anyway, I think I'm just gonna end it here. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.